Hello, welcome to Sunflower Blooms with Bunnies. I hope you've been well. If this is your first time on Sunflower Blooms podcast, we just get to talk about hope, faith, encouragement, and we are constantly reminded to fix our eyes on Jesus. Just like the sunflower will face and gaze at the sun. Yeah, ours is to fix our eyes on Jesus and not drown because of the situations that we are facing. So today we get to look at Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And the title of this message today, it's actually a brief message, No Stench of Smoke. Now, we look at these three men. You're in Babylon and you're being forced to bow to another god, and they decide, nope, even if we die, even if our God does not save us, we will still worship him, we will still worship our God. And this was such first I look at their faith and I'm like, my goodness, may we come to that level where we trust our God so much that we still believe he's sovereign, he's supreme. Whether or not things go our way, he still remains to be God. And yeah, we see them being thrown. This story is in Daniel 3, and we see them being thrown into the furnace. First, it has been heated 7 times more, such that whoever even threw them, they died. And we see people seeing an angel among them, and when they were brought out, their hair was not burnt, their clothes were not burnt, there was even no, the word says, no smell of fire on them. It's like it never happened, It's like you are not in the fire in the first place. And we see when they came out, they were even now promoted to a higher level than they were operating in before. And when I was just meditating on that part, it's like the Holy Spirit was reminding me that sometimes we really go through the furnace. It is different for each of us. Maybe for someone it is grief, another they've lost a job and they're going through tough financial times. For another person, maybe it is there's havoc in the marriage, or like we are tested differently. Maybe someone else has been in the waiting, maybe for a child, or even you've not had a job for the longest and you've been in this furnace and you're wondering, Lord, when, will I even survive this? Will I even ever come out of it? And mine is to remind you that it doesn't matter what kind of fire you're going through. The beautiful thing is, while you're in that fire, you are with God. Because his word says, I will never leave you nor forsake you. He says that when we go through the fire, we will not be burned. That we go through the waters, they will not overwhelm us. And so coming to the realization that yes, you may be in the fire, but you're not alone. The enemy really likes us to feel like, oh my goodness, because I'm in the fire, then God has forgotten about me. But in essence, that is when he's really, really close to you. And oh my goodness, he is holding your hand, just as he was with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. He is there. And you know what? Once you're out of that furnace, it's like people they can't imagine you even went through it. When you're talking about it, when you're giving your testimony, it looks like, oh my goodness, are you even serious? Are you sure you even went through that? Because he is so faithful. He turns everything around for our good. So by the time you're done and he's delivered you from the furnace, you come out a better person than the person who went into that furnace. Because it is like in that fire, there is pruning that has happened. Your character has been worked on, your faith has grown, you've learned to depend on God entirely. You're learning new things. He's revealing himself to you in a new way. And by the time you're done with that furnace, my goodness, the person who comes out, everyone is in shock, like, who is this? There is treasure when you're in that furnace. And no matter, even if it is the enemy who brought it around and God allowed it to happen, it still doesn't matter. God will turn it around for your good. So mine is to encourage you today. Know that the person who will come out of that furnace, you will be in awe. You'll be like, who is this? Who is this person talking with so much authority and power? You have so much grace, you're patient. It's like people can see Jesus in you simply because you went through that fire. And the good thing is, once you're out of that fire, God restores you. So everything you lost in that fire, God will bring it back. But He does not take you to the original place you were in before you entered the fire. He takes you higher. He takes you higher, and He restores all that the locusts have stolen over the years. You see, I'm sure these people are like, we have finished these men. We've finished them. They will get in this fire and die. Whoever even threw them, those are the people who died. But we see them being promoted, getting a new name after the fire. And simply because God was with them. I need you today to believe that God is with you. God is working it out for your good. He is turning things around in His perfect time. You will not die in that fire. You will not be finished. You will not be consumed in that fire. If anything, it is a better version of you coming out of that fire. So be encouraged. Always remember who is with you. You carry God. He that is in you is greater than he that is in the world. And so you will not be consumed. And you will testify. And everyone will see the glory of God come upon you once you're done with that fire. Because you trusted the author and the finisher of your faith. Have a powerful week, and God bless you. Bye.